All right, welcome back to the Racing Club and this week's highlights from our Tier A race, Group 3 in Suzuka. And of course, we're in official partnership with Fanatec, joined this time by none other than the chef. Here we go, chef.
And then the race starts up to a great start with Garnet and Safi keeping their position. And then we have the Fanatec of TSC Local repping our biggest sponsor so far, Sally.
Absolutely, heading into that first corner. Very, very, very tough and technical track. And that first corner, chef, I mean, I know you've been on that track. That corner has taken many a car out in these races, haven't it?
Well, as you can see here, the SS requires to have that kind of flow state in mind. And we have Algebro really in his flow state, right, having Ricky Armando on his bumper and keeping him right there behind him as they go right up into the Dunlop curve, with TSC Loco coming in real hard, trying to push up onto Ricky Armando and Dash 1427 as we go down into the first curve and the second curve, Safi.
Absolutely, that area with the anti-banked curve and the snake and the S is so much weight transfer happening. And then right now here is Das of 1427 as they're heading into the dreaded hairpin. That hairpin, another very technical part of this 5.8 kilometer, just about 3.6 mile track. Suzuka favored by a lot of drivers, like we mentioned, especially top level drivers. And of course, chef, I know you know who's got the record of the all-time record on this track. It's none other than the man himself, Max Verstappen, with an insane 1 minute 26.983, and he actually set that this year in 2025, chef. How insane is that?
That is really crazy, but as you can see, TSC Loco on the back straight, really trying to give a push. Ricky Armando now on the start straight as they go into curve 1, into the turn 1 and turn 2. He's really trying to push Algebro. As you can see, he's right on his bumper. He has a little bit of a slide. He maintains it, he holds it as they get into turn 2 and the beginning of the SS with Algebro now keeping him behind him.
Oh, very, very, very interesting chase in that Mercedes AMG with Ricky Armando in the Porsche in tow and Floco in close tow as well, also in a Porsche 911. And chef, I wanna talk a little bit about selection of cars in this Group 3. Of course, in this championship, in this Racing Club Championship, Group 3, BOP is enforced, but different cars behave differently on different tracks. And you know, if you were in this race, what Group 3 car would you be picking? Or what car would you think would be, outperforming others on this track?
Well, I think the choice is obvious. As you can see, the Porsche is really well balanced with Ricky Armando doing a good job coming into turn 1 and turn 2. I believe the Porsche is the most balanced car on this track, offering some good turning and some good straight line speed. But the most obvious choice for our number 1 driver seems to be the Lambo, as it's really opening a gap in the lead.
Yep, top speed of the Lambo is very solid. The tire wear as well. Of course, tire wear heavily considered in these sorts of races. An hour of pure, lapping around Suzuka's technical tracks, and we're estimating that this 1 hour should top up at about just a little over 30 laps. And so far, we've got Floco coming in on the Spoon. Do you know why it's called the Spoon, chef? I have no idea. The chef should know.
Yeah, it's called the Spoon because of actually the shape. But then, as you can see, we have Ricky Armando taking a big bite out of that spoon as we're talking about it, taking a big slide now, allowing Floco to come right in behind his bumper. But as we said, Spoon is named Spoon because of the shape of a spoon, I guess.
Wise. This is a very, very, very interesting happening for P6 right now. Floco and Ricky Armando, 2 Porsches quite equally matched and evenly balanced. Of course, we've got the GTR on their tail, Ricky Armando, and here we now move over to Abi in the GTR Nismo, flying the colors of the United Emirates. Of course, the Racing Club. Chef, we've got lovely lads and lasses from all over the world, pretty much racing, in a nice, clean environment, and we're enjoying all our weekly races and our activities. And this championship, Group 3, Tier A and Tier B, has been nothing but a success so far. Here comes Abi chasing up on Floco at the moment. And the GTR, also one of the cars that would probably perform very strongly right here at Suzuka, Chef.
And as you said, I believe now on a local scale, that GTR is one of the most powerful cars. Really good on the straight, but are really tricky on the entry and the exit of the track, as you can see. I've been really checking him down, and as you said, these races have been doing really well, and we also have some fun races, random lobbies popping in and out. So please join us on Discord, follow us on Facebook and Instagram for more information. As Loco goes out onto the green stuff, he really can handle it. I think his tires are coming, are really going right off the cliff. I think at this particular point he should be going into the pit. Safi, over to you on the race and on the commentary.
All right, we are on board right now with me, and currently pretty much on the back marker end of the race on P13, and I am giving a good old Floco a chase, a run for his money right here through the snakes. I'm also in a Porsche 911 RSR. Believe it or not, Chef, I had driven or really given the Porsche much time up until this championship. I was testing out cars, decided for some random reason to give it a go, and it is a car I never drive, but I was testing on Suzuka, and this car really just flows through those S's and through those anti-bank curves. And I really tried to give Floco a chase for his money, but I think, yep, bit by bit, he will be trying to break away. In these 1 hour endurance races, it really is just about maintaining a consistent time. The more consistent you are, I guess that's the best thing you could do as a racing driver, Chef, isn't it?
Absolutely. Consistency should be key in all of your races. I do understand that whenever your tires begin to drop off, you do lose the consistency a bit. You begin to, brake a little bit earlier or a little bit later, and then you do find yourself, missing your braking lines. But anyway, keeping your consistency is speed is not the most important in a long race like this one. It's not a sprint race. It's all about keeping it in check, making sure that it does not go outside the track like Ricky Armando is doing, but TSC Armando is doing really, really well. Let's see what he does about this corner.
Was that a bit of contact between TRC Cutlery and Ricky Armando, or a little racing incident? We leave that to our stewards, of course, right here at the racing club. We do have a stewards room. They check all incidents, during and after the race as well. And we've got Garnet Cobra coming out of the pits right here. Garnet Cobra, Chef, probably one of, if not the fastest person in the organization at the moment, scoring insane laps. It is just a pleasure to sort of spectate whenever he's on track, just be on cockpit, just watch how he tackles and handles curves. He keeps pulling out lap times that are blowing everyone's minds, and here he is, close on the tail of Armin Akerman. The bright green Lambo of Garnet Cobra on the tail of that Porsche. This is a chase going down. Go for it, Chef.
Well, I can see Ackerman is on PSBR2, and I'm sure all you can see in his middle right now is that green Cobra, and he's off onto the grass. What happened right there? Was there contact?
Off he goes. I don't know if there's a little bit of contact there. Let's wait for our steward VAR post race check, but Armin is back in the mix. Garnet Cobra is now looking towards a Cutlery, incoming Cutlery. You've got Cobra incoming.
And then we have Cobra right behind him. Cobra is really trying to keep up. I believe this is the chase for overall first and second position, if not just for the second and third position, but it is really hitting up. Both Lambos having a bit of a hard time coming out of spool onto the back straight with Algebra right behind them, but Algebra is a little bit behind. But as they come out onto the Degna curve, the second part of the Degna curve onto the dreaded hairpin, Garnet is still on the tail of Cutlery. Oh, and there we go. Cutlery is in first position with Garnet Cobra coming in right behind him. Oh, and we have Cutlery coming right off, going into a spin, but then put it back on the gray stuff.
Absolutely. Cutlery caught a bit of grass with those rear tires there that put him off into a spin, sending Garnet Cobra into P1 of this Tier A Group 3 Suzuka Championship race. And here we've got the battle line, Ricky Armando in that sleek white Porsche being chased down by a dead man.
Bit of contact right there. A bit of contact. We have Ricky Armando going off. Dead man tries to keep the position, but Ricky Armando is having none of it. back on his tailpipes, telling him that was a little bit unfair. I want my position back. That man not having any of it as they head up towards the dreaded hairpin.
Looks like this chase is gonna be with us for a while. I don't think Ricky Armando is going to take lightly to his position being taken that way. Here they come across the hairpin, of course. Tire wear starting to have effect right now. Pitting strategy. It is a 1 hour race, and reminding you, of course, a pit stop is mandatory. At least one pit stop if you dare to choose a one pit stop strategy. And racers must use at least 2 different compounds. Chef, how would you approach competition in this race?
I will probably start on the hards and try and come midway through the race as we are approaching the midline of this race. I believe with the gentleman going down the start finish line, with PSC getting the slipstream on Armin, trying to cover the inside. Let's see how this one goes.
Almost 3 wide into the first corner. Battle for P2. Gavin, incoming cutlery, and Armin. Oh, it's an AMG versus a Porsche versus, of course, the Lambo of incoming cutlery. Oh, this is developing into a tight race right here as they head through the snake and into the anti-bank curve. I don't like banks, Chef, and I don't like that curve either.
I do not like it at all, but the battle for second position is really hot as the gentlemen come over the Dunlop curve into Degna 1. Heavy braking zone there, as you have to let the car roll over, then just tap the brakes a little bit more. Then under the bridge with Cutlery going onto the green stuff and giving Armin Ackerman a nice chance to get into his slipstream. Right behind him, tries to take the inside, but then Cutlery covers the inside of the hairpin. Let's see how this one goes. He keeps the position, but just ever so slightly has a little bit of a slide, and off they go.
Dead man flying the flag of India. Dead man in the awesomely liveried Futurama Lambo, but
he takes another. There goes another one taking a trip to the green star. That was Dead man really trying to keep it there. And in first place with Spinelli and Cutlery hot on his tail as they come down the start-finish straight. I'm sure Cutlery will try and get some slipstream on Gisnelli. Gisnelli is sitting duck right here with the top line speed of that Lambo, but he does keep him behind for some reason. I'm hoping that TSP Cutlery is trying to manage his tires as they go around turn 1 and turn 2 as they come out of turn 2, going into the beginning of the S curve, still on his tail. Let's see how it goes.
I wouldn't underestimate the top line speed of that AMG as well, Chef. Equally powerful and nicely stable on the corners. But tire wear, I think, would be in the Lambo's favor. This is a very intense battle for P1 at the moment. Gavin Cinelli is totally being chased down by incoming Cutlery. Oh, here they come into Degner right now. Very tight. Is anyone going to be going off track? Nope. They both keep all 4 tires on, well, the asphalt.
Side by side, they go down into the dreaded hairpin, into the kick before the hairpin. Let's do who breaks last. Oh, and that was a good defense by Gavin Cinelli, keeping Cutlery behind him.
Cutlery's probably got the split stream now as they head into the 200R. 200R, Chef, because the radius of that curve is about 200 meters. Here they come into the spoon. This is nail-biting stuff, a battle for P1 in the Group 3 Tier A Suzuka Grand Prix right here at the Racing Club. Chef, this is insane right now.
This is intense stuff. Then now we go back to see the battle for the fourth position with Armin keeping Abby behind him. Abby has made some amazing strides. Last time we saw him, he was in about position 7. He's made some positions probably in the pits, but he is hot on the heels of Armin Ackerman. Up the Dunlop hill they go, coming down into the Degna Curve 1, Degna Curve 2. Oh my God, Armin goes outside and Abby takes the lead, and he takes it by a good chunk.
But now Abby sort of went off grass as well. I wonder how that battle is turning out to be. We are currently on board right now with Floco in the battle. Fanatec Chef, he's chasing Tidy 128.
Then as they begin to go into the S curves, you can see Tidy is keeping a nice little line with Floco coming in right behind him, keeping a nice line as well, keeping the rhythm, keeping the flow as they begin to head up towards the Dunlop curve. with Teddy having a little bit of trouble coming out of that turn, slipping a bit. Loco taking advantage of that, staying on this tailpipe, sniffing that bumper really nicely, coming through down into the Degner curve 1, takes it really well, has a really bit of a bumpy ride. Degner curve 2, Tidy keeps it clean, Tidy keeps it really tidy on that turn.
Tidy, heading towards the final 6 minutes of this race, ladies and gentlemen. We are in lap at 26 at the moment. You can see in the timer at your bottom left-hand corner, just about 54 minutes have passed in this 1 hour race. Of course, they're expected to do about just a little, maybe over 31 laps in total. We're about to find out as Floco takes P8, heading towards the spoon right now. Very nicely done, Chef. I really do feel that Floco's tire strategy has helped him out towards the tail end of the race. His tires are looking much fresher than the racers around him.
Yes, absolutely. On the fresher, grippier tires, I believe he's running on softs right now. As you can see, his lap times are really improving. But then, here comes Tidy, trying to take back the position 8 back away from Floco. But Floco on the fresher rubber, taking his time, knowing that he can absolutely tear around these corners, and he does. See how he goes really well on the inside on turn 2 as they come out towards the S turns.
Wow, that looked very interesting. Tidy took the position back, but then, like you mentioned, the tail ends of those Porsches, like we always say, they like to get a bit happy sometimes. And here we are with Ricky Armando right now in P7, also in the Porsche, and Floco has caught up with him at lap 29. It is just about 40, well, almost the race is about to end, so this, Chef, could this could pretty much be the final lap.
Possibly we're seeing the penultimate lap of this fantastic race. We have seen so many battles up through the front, to the midsection, to the back end of the grid. Has been great battles. As you can see, Floco and Ricky Armando giving it their all on the last lap of this race. As you can see on the top left-hand corner, we're on 29 laps. I believe we're just gonna hit the 30 lap mark as they go down the back straight.
Wow, Floco, with some incredible action in that back stretch. But, ladies and gentlemen, looks like incoming cutlery is incoming towards the finish line of this Group 3 race in Suzuka Tier A. Incoming cutlery crosses the line as the winner. Of course, Gavin crossing in P2 right now. Of course, we lost Garnet during the race. His connection just fizzed out. But Gavin and incoming Cutlery capitalize on that. Cutlery takes P1 and Gavin about to cross the line, Chef, for P2 of this incredible race. Algebro in the AMG making it P2 and P3 for Mercedes. Algebro crosses the line in P3. What an incredible race that was, Chef.
Absolutely, and we have Abby coming in 4th position with a great recovery in that amazing race. Thank you for joining us on our first leg of the Racing Club season this 2025. Thank you very much in partnership with Fanatec.
That's right, those were our Suzuka Group 3 Tier A highlights. Thank you to our sponsors Fanatec and Apex Sim Racing, and don't forget to follow, like, and subscribe, and join our Discord at The Racing